You firmly believe life will be better 10,000 miles away in a country you've never visited. But if your partner's dead set against the idea, how would you begin to persuade them to make the move? Hannah Gadge is on a mission to persuade husband Zamir life would be better on the other side of the world.
She's crazy. Help. Yeah. She wants to move me to Australia on a whim.
A trial week down under sees Hannah's dream come alive.
It's hot and sunny, and I could definitely see myself living here.
And has Zamir coming round.
I'm starting to warm to the place.
But will it be enough to persuade Zamir his wife's vision really could be their reality?
I just get that underlying feeling that he's just not going to do it.
Laid out flat, Australia's coastline would stretch around the world. The country is 32 times larger than the UK, but with just a third of the population. With all that space, sunshine and plenty of work opportunities, it's no surprise the country remains the #1 destination for British families seeking a new life overseas. Hannah Gadge is firmly of the opinion a move to Australia could dramatically improve her family's life. Husband Zamir, however, just doesn't share the dream. Ahead of them lies a week down under, which will see Hannah's theory put to the test. Then, the couple will face the biggest decision of their lives, whether to start a new life on the other side of the world or stay put in the UK. The family's trip down under begins with an arduous 22.5 hours in the air, flying from London to Brisbane via Dubai and Sydney. When they finally get their feet back on the ground, Hannah admits she's hardly slept a wink.
I think I was just too excited.
On the whole, Zamir found the journey easy enough.
It's not as bad as I expected. It just had those moments where you're just like, oh, can this end, please?
We're lucky Noah slept pretty much the whole way. There might be a different story if he didn't.
Now he's awake, Noah's already working on the local accent.
Good day, mate.
Zamir has mixed emotions about the week ahead.
A little bit apprehensive, but yeah, very much excited.
But now she's made it to Australia for the first time ever, Hannah's worried the country might let her down.
I feel nervous that what I've read on the internet is not real. I've told Zamir what a wonderful life we can have over here and tried to convince him that it's great and that that's not going to transpire. I hope that doesn't happen.
The next 7 days will prove Hannah right or wrong and enable the family to decide once and for all where they will call home. Back in the UK, the Gadge family live in Kingston upon Thames in Greater London. They are Dad Zamir, Mum Hannah and 4-year-old Noah.
You find all the animals.
I found tiger.
Zamir loves having London on his doorstep.
I found the fish.
But Hannah has other ideas about where they should call home.
She's crazy. Help. Yeah. She wants to move me to Australia on a whim.
It's not a whim.
It's a whim.
It's not a whim.
It's a whim.
Hannah's been dreaming of a life down under ever since her grandparents visited the country 10 years ago.
They were like saying how amazing it was. That's the seed that was planted.
When she qualified as a nurse in 2012, Hannah hoped her profession would be her ticket to Australia. But the cost of bringing up Noah forced her to put plans to move on hold.
Wow.
3 years later, her dream's back with a vengeance, and Zamir knows she'll stop at nothing to get her way.
Hannah is very stubborn, and whenever she wants to do something, most of the time she'll get away. Trying to convince her of anything else is very difficult.
Is he a goodie or a baddie?
Goodie.
The couple both work shifts, meaning they often get just 1 day a month together with Noah. Though she's never visited the country, Hannah feels their lives could be transformed in Australia.
I feel their vibe and their culture is more of a work-life balance. It's more of a relaxed lifestyle. Yes, you have to go out to work, but also it's equally important to have kind of free time and home life.
Just pick up the dinosaur. One.
she also feels the country would offer her, Zamir and Noah a superior lifestyle.
It's cold in England and it's rainy a lot of the time, so you do spend a lot of time indoors. I think kind of being able to just get out of the house in the sun and just enjoying kind of outdoor space, I think that would be beneficial.
Just one thing stands in Hannah's way. Persuading Zamir to make the move isn't going to be easy.
To leave London, such a spectacular place with so much depth and history, it would take a lot of convincing.
In a bid to improve their quality of life, Hannah's instigated 4 house moves in the last 5 years, and her choice of homes hasn't always worked out for the best. Zamir's convinced Australia's yet another move that could backfire.
I think he thinks I get bored. Before we've just moved and it has been on a whim, whereas I've been planning this for so long that it's something that I do really want to do.
He's worried about leaving loved ones nearby.
I'm so lucky to have the type of friends that I do and family, and to say goodbye to all them would be really difficult.
And he's wary about starting again on the other side of the world.
The financial commitment and changing jobs. And if it went wrong, just trying to build our life again, I'm not prepared to take that gamble at all.
In a bid to convince him a move's worth the upheaval, Hannah spent hours researching Australia online.
I do look on kind of property websites to see what property we can get, kind of job websites, different schools. I've created a whole picture for you. You know exactly what to expect. I'm not going over there with rose-tinted glasses.
But so far, all her efforts have fallen on deaf ears.
Fair enough, Hannah's done a lot of research, but to actually commit to a place without ever experiencing it is a completely foolish endeavour.
Hannah's determined not to give up hope.
I feel like it may have to come to one of those situations where I just say it enough and he'll eventually agree.
That's a stubbornness coming through right there.
Ahead of them lies a week to discover if Australia's everything Hannah's been hoping and persuade Zamir it's where they should be. For their trial week, the family are visiting Brisbane on Australia's east coast. Home to nearly 2 million people, the city enjoys a subtropical climate. Home for the week is a 3-bedroom house in West End, a cosmopolitan inner city suburb. But will their first taste of Aussie living be everything Hannah's been hoping for?
This way, should we go in?
Typically Australian in layout, the open-plan design mixes old and new.
Whoa!
Amazing!
Is it amazing? This is really nice. High ceilings, period features, I love it.
Everyone's happy, and a quick peek at the bedroom scores another point with Hannah.
Lots of wardrobe space because I literally packed my whole wardrobe, so that's good.
Outside, Zamir's equally impressed with the garden.
This is lovely.
Oh, this is nice.
This whole open plan deck thing is lovely.
I told you.
Love it. Kick it this way.
As Noah has an impromptu kickabout with Dad, Hannah's happy with her Australian experience so far.
My first impression is that it's hot and sunny. I could definitely see myself living here.
Zamir knows his wife's campaign to make the country their home will step up a gear in the days ahead.
Hannah's feeling super excited. I think that she's going to use every opportunity to highlight what's great about Australia.
Ultimately, though, she knows her dream's at stake if the country fails to show Zamir proof they'll have a better life down under.
I have no idea about Zamir's opportunities here, so that is my biggest concern, because if there isn't any for him, then that's it.
It has to be right for me. And if that's not the case, I'm not going to make the move. End of story, basically, will be.
Back in the UK, Zamir, Hannah and Noah live in a rented 2-bedroom apartment in Kingston upon Thames.
It's very convenient. We're 10 minutes from the train station and the town centre, but it's not big enough for our needs.
If Hannah gets her way, the couple will be buying their first house in Australia. And she's got some grand ideas when it comes to her ideal home.
4 bedrooms, really big fancy swimming pool, indoor outdoor living, so I'd have like a decking area with a big dining table and then maybe a jacuzzi next to the swimming pool. Huge open plan, maybe 2 living rooms then, one for a playroom, one as like a snug room. Really modern, high ceilings because I don't like this boxy new builds.
The couple's budget is around £350,000, but Zamia's expectations are more humble.
I just want enough space for all of us, that's it.
And light.
To find out what kind of house they could have in Australia, today we'll show Zamir and Hannah 3 properties. 2 on budget and a third which could be their dream home. Only after they've seen each one will they find out its value. The search gets going in Forest Lake, just over 11 miles from central Brisbane. With excellent transport links, it's perfect for commuters. And shops, schools and recreational facilities close by make it popular with families. But will this 4-bedroom cottage-style home meet Hannah's high expectations?
Pretty garden.
It's lovely.
Regardless of the rain, it's a promising start.
This is really nice. A lot of space.
Ooh, I like that. I think this could be your playroom where we keep all your toys.
The spacious master bedroom with ensuite impresses everyone.
Wow.
Ooh, very nice.
Look how big it is.
And the walk-in wardrobe's a hit with Hannah.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I love it. I need one of these.
This property has the open-plan living style Hannah desired.
This is lovely.
That's really nice.
And the kitchen's not short on space.
Oh, look how much storage. I do love storage. It's a little bit dark, but I suppose it's a dark day. But it's definitely a good size. And I love the floors.
Moving on, the family bathroom scores a few more points.
Ooh, I like this.
Hot tub.
I like the mirror. That's good makeup light.
The interiors of this house have pleased Hannah and Zamir. And outside,
Wow.
This is lovely. You just spend most of your time here.
Wow, this is amazing.
complete with 2 alfresco dining areas and a pool, it's everything Hannah wanted. And Zamir seems happy too.
I was expecting to like have a really mini swimming pool. It's massive.
Lovely.
I'd buy it just for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before Hannah gets too excited though, the couple need to find out how much this house costs.
So what do you think it's worth?
If this same place was in the area we live in, you're looking at probably a cool mil.
I'm going to go for 475. What are you going for?
I'm going for 500.
Their budget is £350,000.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead. What?
No.
283,000.
283,000.
That's £67,000 under budget.
That's nothing,
Can we
really.
buy it?
No.
Why? That's more than achievable.
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely hit that mark.
Zamir's not sold yet, but the Gadget's property search is off to a solid start despite the wet weather. For their next viewing, the family moved to the popular inner-city suburb of Greenslopes. Closer to the city centre and with access to excellent schools and amenities, it's a sought-after area for both families and investors. But will this 3-bedroom house be somewhere the couple could see themselves living? While Noah takes a break, the couple move inside to find out.
See, this is lovely, Hannah. This has character. A lot of character as soon as you walk in.
Recently renovated, Zamir feels at home straight away.
Yeah, I like this.
It's really nice.
Very clean, minimalist kind of look. That's the kind of thing that I go for.
And really tall ceilings.
Yep. Very airy.
Modern but not boxy, it's exactly what Hannah wanted.
Oh wow.
And this is a really nice
This
space.
is really nice. And I love the stained glass windows. It's really cute. It's like a snug area.
Boasting brand new appliances, the kitchen works for Zamir.
It's a nice sized kitchen.
Yeah.
But Hannah doesn't sound so sure.
I mean, it's not massive, but I like that it's central.
It's open and it's lovely.
Zamir might be slowly coming around to having an Aussie home, But there could be one problem fitting in.
Do you reckon you'd fit in there? It was a good child's bath,
Yeah.
but at least the shower's big enough.
It's a lovely big sink as well.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really nice.
It's smaller than the last house, but this property's gone down well. And the outside space is just perfect for Hannah.
This is what I imagined, like being able to open the doors and just go straight into like the outside space.
Torrential rain wasn't on her wish list, but the swimming pool's a winner.
It's bigger than the last place.
That is massive.
Yeah.
It's been another house Hannah would be happy with, but with £350,000 to spend, will it be within the couple's reach?
How much do you think it is?
I think maybe 300, I'm guessing.
I'm going to go for 350, just because it's quite close to the centre, quite local to everything.
Should I turn it?
Yeah.
Big reveal. Ooh, 390.
That's £40,000 over budget.
It's a bit over our budget, but
Well, no, it's like top of our budget. 400 is top.
yeah. I like
I think
this
that's
place,
a reasonable
yeah.
price, and we could afford it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Cool.
Should we go and see the next one?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Refusing to let the price wash away her dream, the day's going in Hannah's favour so far. The family head off to the coastal village of Sandgate. An eclectic mix of cafes and shops and a nearby beach mean it's another area popular with families. We think this 4-bedroom house could be the Gadges' dream home, but will Hannah and Zamir agree?
Wow.
Okay, this is big.
This is huge.
Split over 2 floors, this bright modern house promises plenty of what Hannah fancies.
This bathroom is you, definitely.
I love the mirror.
I love the black
In fact, the tiles even match the mirror. That's the kind of detail I like.
It looks great.
And the funky furnishings in the open-plan living area catch her eye too.
Oh, I could just spend all day looking at myself.
With more cupboards than you could fill and top-of-the-range appliances, the kitchen's a real showpiece.
It is very modern.
Wow,
It's
this
very
is so nice.
bold as well with the black and white.
I love it.
Hannah's sold. But what about Zamir?
But I think it's a bit too garish.
What is garish about it?
It's just the black with the white. It's quite striking, no?
No,
Very bold.
no, I disagree.
There's no time for domestics. Staying dry, the couple admire the gardens from the inside.
That's really nice, looking onto the outside.
And that pool just looks magnificent. Pity it's raining.
Upstairs, 4 double bedrooms, a cinema room and a huge master bedroom await.
Wow,
This house is everything Hannah's wanted and more.
wow.
Whoa. Whoa.
His and hers sinks, you clean yours, I'll clean mine. Oh my god, I love the bath.
I love it too.
Do you?
Zamir might not be saying much, but Hannah's definitely found an ally in Noah.
How cool is this? How much stuff do you reckon I could fit in here?
No.
Exactly. You don't get any of it.
The excitement continues when they discover the perfect little boys' room next door.
This is my room.
This is so nice.
This is the best room, isn't it?
I agree, this is the best,
the best
room.
It's safe to say Hannah's found the perfect property. But is Zamir in agreement?
This is like Mommy's dream house.
This
This isn't really Daddy's dream house, is it?
It may not be the property to persuade Zamir to move, but with £350,000 to spend, can they even afford a house like this?
I don't know, it's going to be really horrifically expensive. 600, maybe 650. It's close to the beach, it's close to the centre. It's a really nice area.
Time to find out if the house of her dreams is within Hannah's reach.
I don't want to because I really like it and I'll be really upset if it's expensive.
$467,000. That's actually it's cheaper than I thought it would be.
That's £117,000 over budget.
It's cheaper than I thought.
I thought it was that.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm happy you can't have it, basically.
Oh, but I really like it.
I don't.
Despite a disappointing end for Hannah, on the whole, the couple's day house hunting has been promising. Property One had the pool and space Hannah wanted, and at £67,000 under budget, the price was a bonus. With its modern interiors, Property 2 seemed to charm both Hannah and Zamir, even with a bath on the petite side. And while the final property really was Hannah's ultimate home, the style wasn't quite to Zamir's taste, and neither was the price. So, after everything they've seen, what will the couple choose when it comes to picking between property in the UK or Australia?
Based on the 3 properties we've seen today, we're going to vote for Australia.
Yeah.
Did you?
We're more likely to get a nicer place with the money we have and have a nice size compared to the UK.
Yeah,
Most
definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. I'm pleased with that.
Are you?
Yeah. Slowly, I can crack you.
Zamir's vote for Australia is a great start to Hannah's week, but her victory could be short-lived if the couple can't find the jobs to afford the Australian lifestyle she dreams of. Back in the UK, Hannah and Zamir juggle shift work with looking after Noah. Having qualified as a nurse in 2012, Hannah spent the last year and a half studying midwifery.
It's been a very intense 18 months, but at no point did I doubt that being a midwife is something that I wanted to do.
Could you repeat last on the teams in North, please?
Zamir's an operational manager responsible for deployment of security staff at Heathrow Airport's Terminal 5.
It's a very vibrant area and there's lots of different personalities and no 2 days are the same, and it's just a fantastic place to work.
Hannah's hopeful the time she spent studying will stand her in good stead in Australia.
If I go to Australia and find out that there's no jobs or that my salary isn't what I expected, I don't know what I would do. I don't think I'd even let myself think about it.
Everything all right?
But persuading Zamir to leave his career behind won't be easy.
If we emigrated, I'd really miss my job. I'd miss my job, I'd miss my colleagues. They're all fantastic.
While Noah's looked after by a childminder, the couple set out to explore work prospects down under. Hannah's visiting the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital, where we've set up a meeting with clinical midwife consultant Libby Ryan.
Hi Hannah, I'm Libby. Nice to meet you.
First up, a tour of maternity facilities.
So this is one of our beautiful birth centre rooms.
It's lovely. It's a really nice room.
It's an impressive setup, and Hannah's keen to know if she could be part of it.
So what kind of opportunities are there here in Australia for me and my qualifications?
Oh, Hannah, I think you've got a very good chance of getting a job in Australia. There's a shortage of midwives everywhere.
Do I need to have any postgraduate experience as a midwife?
No, you don't. So we would put you in a role that you could go in all areas of care. So you get a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And we rotate you through all the different areas.
It really could be a case of right place, right time for Hannah. Meanwhile, Zamir's starting his day with an open mind.
If I know that I could come out here and get a job and I could get a decent amount of money, that would push me more into coming to Australia as opposed to being on the fence.
He's gone to Brisbane International Airport and meets site manager Paul Sharman.
How you doing?
Hi,
I'm
nice.
Paul. Do you
Nice
want
to
to
meet you, Paul.
go and have a look around?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, okay.
Cheers.
Paul advises Zamir he'd have to complete a week-long course to work in airport security in Australia. And after checking out the setup, Zamir's keen to find out more.
So would you say someone with my skills would find it easy to get a job here?
Absolutely. There's not many people with your experience, so I think it would be fairly easy, I would have thought, for you to get employment.
That's welcome news.
Do you have any roles currently?
Look, we're always recruiting screeners, And that may be your best option to do a short while of doing that, to get to know how we do things out in Australia.
Having allocated security staff for Britain's biggest terminal, becoming a screener would be a big step back for Zamir. Meanwhile, back at the hospital, Hannah's finding out if being a midwife in Australia would facilitate the family time she so badly wants.
The rosters are usually family friendly. Antenatal clinic's good when you have little people because it's daytime hours, but then you've got shift work all over the place if you're on the ward or birth suite. So many options at this hospital.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
Really encouraging.
Yeah.
What kind of salary would I expect as a newly qualified midwife?
Our starting is 62,000 Australian, and that's with no shift work.
Just under £30,000 is around £4,000 more than Hannah's basic salary in the UK, and she could earn more with experience.
Some of our midwives are earning up to $100,000 a year.
That's nice.
Yes.
I like that answer.
Yes, it's good.
It's been a great meeting for Hannah and proof that her studies could really pay off in Australia.
I'm very, very happy, and I can't wait to tell Zamir the news that we'll be moving here very soon.
Back at the airport, Zamir's moved on to find out about potential working hours.
Is there very much shift work?
For a screening officer, we basically work 24 hours. Some of the shifts we've got are 4-hour shifts, some of them are 12-hour shifts. It just depends what your particular job is on that day.
With hours similar to at home and a screener's basic salary set at around £25,000, Zamir could be worse off working down under. But Paul assures him he could quickly work his way up to a shift supervisor role.
They're probably looking around $60,000, $65,000, and they do 4 days on, 4 days off on a 12-hour shift pattern.
That sounds good.
Around £30,000 is better news, and the shift pattern could give Zamir time with the family. So how will their findings impact on Hannah's plan to move as a couple vote on work in Australia versus the UK?
Based on what we've learnt on our jobs day, our vote goes to
Australia. Oh, God.
UK.
Why?
It's just basically because I know I'm comfortable in my job at UK.
That's
at
such
Heathrow.
rubbish.
That's why. If I start off as a screener, I don't know, about $50,
Pounds or dollars?
and then in management would be 65. For me, it's 1-1. It's a draw at the minute. No? No.
Zamir's reluctance to leave the job he loves may mean Hannah's now facing an uphill struggle if she's ever to convince him Australia's where the family should be. At the heart of her desire to move is the opportunity to spend more time together as a family. So will a day sampling the Aussie lifestyle be enough to persuade Zamir professional sacrifice is a price worth paying? The family head off to explore Brisbane's South Bank. Covering 17 hectares, it's home to lush gardens, cafes and river views, and for once, the sun's shining.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, look at it.
Look at all the sandcastles you
Lovely.
can build.
With its man-made beach, South Bank's a magnet for families, and Noah can't wait to dive right in.
Do paddle.
It's somewhere Hannah can picture spending more time.
This is definitely the environment I'd like for Noah. He loves the water.
And she's confident the chance to spend time with his son could be winning over Zamir.
This could possibly persuade him to come here to do this more often.
The turn in temperature could mean she's right.
I can get used to this lifestyle, it's really good. Just having that contrasting weather where you had all that rain, and now we've got just heat. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
Having worked up an appetite, the family move on for a picnic in the park.
You'd definitely come here like all the time if you lived here.
Yeah.
Who's hungry?
Me.
Noah's loving spending quality time with both Mum and Dad.
What's been your favourite part of the day, Noah?
Picked
Oh, you enjoyed the picnic? That's nice. We could do this all the time if we lived here.
It's been a perfect day out and only increased Hannah's desire to call Australia home.
Such a nice place for children. And he's having so much fun and he's, you know, I don't know, I just feel really settled here.
It's a lovely place to live. I'm starting to warm to the place.
Despite his disappointing work prospects, the day could be nudging Zamir towards the life Hannah dreams of.
My wish to stay in the UK, it's made it a lot harder to hold on to because there's just so many things here that you think, wow, you know, and it just seems to be shaking my foundations a bit.
But at the same time, he admits he's struggling when his thoughts turn to who he'd have to leave behind in the UK.
To be without my friends and family would be very difficult. Breaking those ties almost, not forever, but it's not going to be the same if I move out here. And that's my biggest fear.
Zamir could be torn between his wife's dream and bonds with home come the end of the week. But for now, it's time to find out if the lifestyle has done enough to secure another vote for Australia.
We're going to vote for
Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, you can't knock it. It's been amazing. It's been such a carefree day. It just feels so relaxed.
I agree with you. I think it's such an easy thing to do. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Good. All agreed.
Despite Zamir's concerns about leaving loved ones, the Australian lifestyle proved enough to put Hannah's dream back on track. But with Zamir faced with a potential pay cut, she knows she'll be back to square one if she can't convince him the move won't leave them struggling to make ends meet. While Noah plays, Hannah and Zamir prepare to work out how finances in Australia compare with the UK.
Is this the thing that sends you hurtling down to earth?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
The number crunching begins with a look at their weekly shop.
Strawberry jam. Oh, it's 20p cheaper. Bolognese sauce, 104. Oh, that's cheaper as well. That's good, I like that. Chips, more expensive.
That's a lot more
You
expensive.
can cut that habit, you probably need to.
Ha ha ha.
Bagels, £1.50 more expensive.
Really? Man,
You can give those up.
bagels are just...
Australia's going to be like a diet for you.
A run through the figures reveals how much they'd spend on food every week.
Comes to 144.06.
Yeah, it's not bad. 51p difference.
51p more expensive in Australia. That's nothing.
Yeah, we could manage.
Next up, the bigger monthly bills. The couple base their mortgage payments on the second property they viewed.
The mortgage in Australia will be 1,770,
That's a lot.
which is what I'm worried about with your wage. Things like this being more expensive.
Hannah anxiously takes a look at the rest.
Council tax 86.01,
Yeah,
water 47.67,
yeah,
phone internet 46.63.
yeah.
But when they add everything up, things look better than expected.
So 3507,
3507.17.
which is cheaper, which is nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Even with a high mortgage payment, they'd be spending almost £65 less in Australia every month.
I like that. I'm very pleased with that.
It's great news for Hannah, and things continue to look good when she factors in her potential earnings.
My salary after tax in the UK is £1,300, but in Australia it'll be £2,045.60.
So the difference in your income would be 745.
I particularly enjoyed that part.
Oh, look, we got enter.
Zamir's salary difference, though, isn't so positive.
Yeah.
So you're minus.
217.62.
In the UK, the couple spend £272 more than they earn every month. but the final sums show in Australia they'd have money left over.
And we're £592 better off living in Australia.
I knew I was right. I'm rarely wrong. Better off. We can have a little smiley face. And a yay. There you go.
Discovering they'd be so much better off adds more ammunition to Hannah's argument for moving. So, when it comes to finances, will Zamir vote UK or Australia?
Based on our reality check, our vote goes to Australia.
Australia.
Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, I can't really. I'm trying to think of ways I could just say no, but yeah, it's not happening.
No.
With Australia promising more property for their money than London and greater financial security, it looks like Hannah's dream is definitely within reach, but it's not a done deal yet. Choosing to watch messages from loved ones together, Hannah's all-too-aware family ties could prove the ultimate stumbling block for Zamir.
So now we're going to watch a video of all family back home in the UK, okay?
Ready? Here we go, guys.
Hi Zamir, Hannah, Noah.
Hi Zamir, Hannah, Noah.
Hi Hannah, Zamir, Noah.
Hi Hannah, Zamir, Noah.
Hope you're having fun in Australia. I can't imagine them being so far away. They're a great team and they've bonded and they've grown in the last 4.5 years since Noah's born, and I'm really proud of them.
Zamir may not know it, but he should know that I actually care about him, and he's like, he used to be my favourite sibling at one point.
Used to, you see that? Past tense.
Noah's the only great-grandchild. It was always a bit of a joke with Hannah to say, when you're going to make me a great-grandma, Hannah, and she did. And now he's 4.5. It's just magic having him around.
Noah is very, very close to me, and whenever he sees me, he just jumps up and hugs me, and I'm going to miss all that when Noah moves. It's something that is going to take me a long time to get used to.
I think they're going to have to move out of London. I think Australia could be a good option for them.
You know, I think she sees Australia as quite an opportunity, and so she should at their age.
If they decide that their quality of life is better there than here, the three of them, then they should go there.
I would not like them to go to Australia. That's my final answer, and I would not, because Noah means a lot to me. The distance is just too far.
Even living in London, not seeing him for a few weeks, you think, oh, he's going to forget me, or like, oh, he's not going to love me as much as everybody else.
We love him so much.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing. If Hannah went,
finally, it's your decision, and even if I'm not happy about it, it's at the end of the day, it's your life. So you think about it and make the decision accordingly.
Hannah, Zamir, love you lots, unconditionally. I think you need to do what's best for you. I will always keep in touch, I will always visit, I will always love you, and you know that, and I'm at the end of a phone, no matter where you are in the world. You do what's best for you, and I'll still be there. How do you feel watching that?
Well, the gist I got was that everyone's going to miss Noah, and maybe Hannah and Zamir, isn't it? And yeah, it's always upsetting. And I knew my family are kind of resistant to us coming out here anyway, so basically because we're so far away.
But they're also being quite encouraging about it, which is a bit like, we don't want you to go, but we kind of know you're going to go, so we'll support you.
To be removed and not, you know, it being a gamble whether I see them or not, it's going to be a big deal.
For Hannah and Zamir, watching messages from home has been a touching reminder of how supportive their families are. But while Hannah remains convinced they can get by so far from loved ones, Zamir appears torn over the prospect of leaving them behind. With their final vote approaching, will his doubts be enough to ground Hannah's flights of fancy once and for all?
See the river, Noah?
Look how big the river is.
Arriving in Australia a week ago, Hannah was desperate to persuade Zamir her dream life down under was based on more than a whim, and she feels their first taste of the country's proved her right.
Everything that I've seen this week has just kind of solidified everything that I thought for the past couple of years. I'm even more determined to come out here, so yeah, I hope Zamir does come around.
Despite his initial opposition, the week's shown Zamir plenty of potential.
Australia's been fantastic. I can't really knock it. Compare every little detail to everything in the UK, and Australia just comes out trumps on most things, so it's hard to argue against.
The laid-back Australian lifestyle was everything Hannah wants for her family.
Just seeing how much fun Noah was having and Zamir really relaxing and enjoying himself. I don't really see him do that often at home, so that's definitely been my favourite part of the week.
But despite everything it offers, Zamir's still struggling with the thought of leaving loved ones at home.
If we did this move, I think I'd miss my family a lot. It would take its toll on me. It would be heartbreaking for me.
And Hannah fears his concerns will put paid to her dream.
I somehow feel that it's just not been enough. I just get that underlying feeling that he's just not going to do it.
The last 7 days have been Hannah's best shot at convincing Zamir to buy into a life down under. And as their final vote creeps closer, she knows it really is now or never.
If we don't vote the same way today and Zamir is really insistent that he wants to stay in the UK, it'll just be one of those things that forever you think, what if I moved out, what if we did move out here, what would our life have been like? I don't want to look back in like 10 years' time and regret not doing it.
Time to find out if the Gadgets trial week has done enough to secure Hannah the future she's wanted for so long.
Based on our week living in Australia, our final vote goes to... Australia. For sure, for sure?
For sure, for sure.
That was 2 for sure, so that must be definite.
Yeah, I just completely lost that battle.
Yeah.
Isn't it, Noah?
I've accomplished what I've set out to achieve, so I'm happy with that. My work here is done.
Hey, you've won the battle.
Should we go and submit our visa application? Yes.
Yeah, let's might as well get that done.
Despite his resistance and practical concerns, Zamir's vote for Australia means Hannah has triumphed yet again. The time together the whole family so desperately wanted should be a part of their future, with a sprinkling of Aussie sunshine. We wish Hannah, Zamir and Noah the best of luck as they set off on their new lives down under. This year there's more to Wanted Down Under. See more from the family's week in Wanted Down Under Extra and find out what's happened since their return to the UK. Go online at bbc.co.uk/Wanted Down Under.
Coming next on BBC One, Close Calls on Camera.